taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? RainGangRadio.com in the building. It's your boy, Shut the Work the God, Go Artist, aka LB, Lauderdale Boss. Let's get it. World still a op. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house for and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega people. They box in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Who's banned? Let me see. Nate Diaz is banned from the Bodega. That was complete shit. And I'm contemplating putting the women out the Bodega for a week because everybody went in on me because I had them in my parlays for KOs, and now they making me look bad.
I told you not to. Yeah, I told you Serrano was.
No, you ain't tell me shit.
No, nigga, you kept telling everybody, oh, Hardy's done. It's gonna be you was the one saying that shit. Everyone else was like, well, if she's so done, how come Serrano ain't finished her in round 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the last fight?
Serrano been on a downward slope, but you know she's
they both fell off, nigga. They both old. You wanted that knockout, nigga. Shit wasn't fucking happening.
That shit should have been a stoppage. The refs could have stopped.
They could have, but look, what was stopping Serrano for punching nonstop for 30 seconds? Nothing.
She was.
No. Serrano was bop.
It was a stamina and all that.
Bop. Dude, look, y'all niggas gotta learn how to finish motherfuckers. That's all I'ma say.
She was on them Nate Diaz taps.
Yeah. Nick, just because you hit hard don't mean you could knock somebody out. Heather Hardy was in front of her all fucking night, man. Let's go, man. Introduce the rest of these niggas.
Yeah. You're muted, nigga. Unmute yourself, nigga.
See, you got me throwing, yeah. So I got my other nigga with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what's fly? It's your boy Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender preparing for liftoff. You know what it is. Let's fly. Ring Gang Radio. Let's get it. We're here.
Yes, sir. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's good? You already know who the fuck it is. Rome top 5 in the building, nigga. We here, nigga. I'm here. Let's talk about this bullshit ass card.
We'll definitely got talking to, of course, Jake Paul, Nate Diaz, and The Zone and ESPN Plus both aired this shit on the pay-per-view. Of course, I still have my sub, so I had to, use my VPN to get around all that because I ain't paying $59.99 for that. And you would have thought there would have been more than one fucking stoppage on that whole fucking card. Only one stoppage, and that was from that young boy. Ashton Silva, he represented, he actually beat the fuck out of Silva. He was the only one that understood
that body shot was crazy.
I'm sold on Silva. I'm definitely sold on Silva. I feel like him and Schofield might be that fight to make down the line.
He the most impressive, young nigga I've seen in a minute, man.
Yeah, because, that guy only got stopped by Teofimo and, yes, Barboza, but it's still, for 19 years old, knocking out some dude only Teofimo and Barboza did it.
But it's the way he did it. He out-juryed that nigga. That nigga was barrel rolling over damn body shots. You don't see that type of reaction, every day up in no body shot.
Yeah, no, that he and that's a 19-year-old too. That was a real mature veteran, like poise and performance that he actually got. So I was like,
nigga punch like he 29.
Yeah, right. Because usually them niggas that young, they don't got their man strength yet. So it's like, this dude,
man, that nigga got old man strength. The fuck out of that.
He's nice with it. I think he got some. He's a true talent. Legit.
Yeah, I would say Jake definitely got something with that one. He got that. That's actually probably that's as long as Jake doesn't kind of fuck up in the boxing world. That young dude will probably be a champion one day, at some point. You know what I'm saying? Now for the other fights, as we talked about before, with Hardy and Serrano, I'm sorry, but I didn't think I'd see a more sustained beating this whole fucking year you know, outside of Crawford and Spence. But this shit was worse than that. Like this one, like within 30 seconds, you could tell Hardy didn't belong in that fucking ring anymore. Like
the left hands to the body were like picking up Hardy's like leg off the like she was feeling them shits like god damn. And
it was just like, and then honestly, her corner wasn't shit. Should have pulled her out after the first round because it was just like nah, like. You like, and because we had talked about this in the preview, we said, yo, like Hardy's been looking like Tara, she looked washed, but it's like, but now Hardy and Serena are both from that era where it's like they can actually cash in on it, but it's after their primes.
At what cost? Like, dude, like Heather Hardy took $1 million ass whooping, and I doubt she got $1 million.
No, they said she got a 6-figure payday. I want to know what. I hope it was a lot.
What is 6 figures? Because like. 100,000 ain't even enough for that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's probably a career payday, but that should be her last.
Dude, a career payday for them Heather Hardy is like 99,000. Like, I just don't want to see nobody get fucked over that because she took a beating in her ass.
She took a mean ass whooping, and it was just. I mean, I was hoping for Serrano to not take. I mean, she wasn't taking it easy on her because Serrano was just lacing her with like shit. But
she wasn't taking it easy on her. I get that.
Serrano,
but I feel like God damn, you couldn't just put her in the corner and just killer instinct combo her and get her out of there.
Nobody notices it. I don't know. Nobody mentions it, but
listen, Hardy was eating vicious fucking body shots and hooks. Like, there's no way. Like, if you getting clean hooks on somebody, you got to know how to put them away. It's like, yo, if I'm getting that clean hook, let me set myself up to get the strongest hook I can put out right now because I know this bitch is going to eat it.
Nah, after round 6, Serrano, like, for a while now, you can clearly see her gassed in by like 5th or 6th round. She ain't the same. She don't have the same.
Yes, but still, nigga, like all you need is 30 seconds and just nonstop.
She didn't really gas like.
I mean,
it wasn't no pronounced. Like she slowed down a little, but I don't call that gassing.
No, her punches had a little bit less on them as the fight. It kept getting less and less as they went on. That's why she couldn't put her away.
Yeah.
She didn't gas like a Baumgartner. She was still throwing punches.
Dude, y'all niggas keep saying Baumgartner didn't even gas in her last fight.
Lately Baumgartner's improved her tank. I felt like in the past few 3 fights.
Well, we don't know. We'll see.
It's like the ass whooping started on level 10, and by the end of the fight, it went to level 7. That's still a fucking ass whooping.
Yeah, because it literally, because every round Hardy had me cringing. I was like, yo, someone needs to. The referee didn't pull out. The doctors for some reason didn't see fit to pull out. Her corner wasn't shit. Like, you know, like she got fucked up over 10 rounds.
Even after the headbutt, they gashed her fucking head. Like they still let it continue. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what type of like you know, we love women's boxing here in Ring Gang. We not like some of you other niggas who just kind of, you know, jumped on the bandwagon late on some shit. Like, we've been holding it down, but man, like, I don't know what type of women's empowerment shit they was angling for with this whole, like, letting this shit go the distance, man. Cause like Hardy fought back more so in the first fight. Like, I could understand why that went the distance. This one just kind of seems like
I don't
know. Damn,
she was a punching.
What was the point?
About a couple years ago,
and Serrano low-key admitted that she was carrying Heather. Like, that's the
yeah. Her and Crawford was carrying these niggas.
But like, one of them meant to carry their opponent because they're friends, and the other one it just worked out that way. Cause
man, dude, if you carry somebody, you carry. So if you're not trying to knock a nigga out and you keep hurting them with every punch, you're carrying them, whether you subconsciously think you are or not. Like, it just
one was consciously carrying them and the other one was subconscious.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll be on, we cool on that one.
It's like,
was like, I think I'm beating the shit out of him, but I'm not. No, I'm still.
One of them did a fireman's carry, and the other one was dragging them by their legs.
Right? Yeah, that shit was it was just disgusting. I was just like, yo, like now this fight should tell the commissions probably need to take away Heather Hardy's license because it's gonna get super ugly from that. Like that was not that was a
why would they take away her license? What type of shit is that?
Nigga, cause you don't want she don't need to box no more.
But what? She's just fighting against everybody else's wishes, or she's what? Like what the fuck?
Nah, they honestly they was looking out for Shorty. They was trying to get her a payday. Now that the sport
just
has
because she's not meant to be in there with Serrano, don't mean she can't be in there with another chick.
Bro, again, Rome, this is where because you're new to this, you have to see a bigger picture. You're only seeing a very small picture. Heather Hardy is 41. She's from a different era of women's boxing. She's just now being able to try.
Dude, she won't be able to take no young girl punches.
Did you see the way she looked after that fight?
Listen, she could be the test for the young and upcomers like Benito Daenerys.
No. You want niggas to die.
Yeah, she needs to retire, bro.
She left that fight looking like fucking Rocky Dennis. I don't want to see her.
She was looking like the fucking Toxic Avenger and shit. Like, nah, she was fucked up.
What was that movie, Mask, back in the 80s? With Cheryl
The Mask, yeah.
Rocky Dennis, nigga.
Classic, Yeah, though, Heather Hardy, yeah, because like ain't no way a 41-year-old needs to be taking that type of punishment. Like she took a lot of punishment, a boatload of punishment. So like, hopefully Lou DiBella or whoever, like, that's a promoter. Like it's like she don't need she needs to transition to something else.
Yeah, she can. I mean, she can do something in the back, behind the scenes. I feel like she's enough of a boxer, she can
still be an ambassador to the sport without fighting. Like I know she old school. She put it down, been holding it.
Y'all
down.
niggas making it seem like she's a punching bag or something.
Did you watch?
What did you see last night?
Did you watch her last night? What are you talking about?
I mean, she looked like she couldn't let her hands go. That's what it looked like.
Cause she kept getting hit, nigga.
It's like she'll get hit with a 1-2 and then throw 3 punches that miss and get hit with another 1-2.
No, but like this isn't just against Serrano. She looked like shit in her last fucking 3 fights. Like all her life, she looked terrible. The only reason she got this fight was because Serrano was coming off an injury and wanted to tune up and wanted to give her friend a payday. That's it.
Yeah. And this has to be the payday because
I mean, I'm gonna say like this. Spread love is the Brooklyn
now that she
way.
got paid, she's done for.
I mean, she's not getting paydays like this anymore. So if she gonna get her ass with her pennies going forward.
Yeah. There's no big fight for her, like unless someone wants to really like fuck her up. Like that's not.
How do y'all think Bomb does against Serrano?
Well,
the fight that they didn't want to talk about.
Hell no.
To be honest, I'm honestly kind of still a little torn because I feel like honestly, style for style, Serrano's style is a horrible matchup for Baumgartner. All wrong, but this is not prime Serrano. So
hold on, why you say that? Explain for the casuals.
Because Serrano is pressure. She brings out pressure, and like Baumgartner isn't the best when it comes to dealing with a pressure fighter, especially the caliber of Serrano. Like if this was the prime Serrano, she would gas her out. Like she would be gassed out by the
a year and a half ago, I'd agree. But right now, I think Baumgartner
has become better when she's moving forward. Like and Serrano, if she can push Serrano back, she's gonna win the fight. But if Serrano is pressing her forward and having her on the back foot, unless she catches her with like something clean coming back like a counter left, she's not gonna be able to handle with Serrano and her output and that pressure. So, but like I said, Serrano's slowed down, so she could be caught more. She's more hittable now. So I can see her getting caught with something big from Baumgartner. But that's what I'm saying. I think now that's still a winnable fight. The longer that fight takes to make, the more advantage that Baumgartner has.
What do y'all think? How do you think Meyer does against her? I mean, since you think Baum beats her now, I'm just wondering.
Meyer says she's moving up to 140 and then 147.
Yeah, 147.
She's out of the picture now, so But
she already talking about how good she feels now of being
thick.
Being thick and she at 140 now, right?
She's fighting at her next fight is going to be at 140, and then she's moving up.
She's probably chasing Cameron.
She's going to fight McCaskill.
Yeah, McCaskill probably. She's trying to go for those names. She's a bigger woman. I mean, she's not.
Yeah, you can tell Mayer was at that weight too long, man.
She was kind of she's long for that weight. I felt like always, she's pretty long.
Yeah.
Now she just wants attention from the brothers now because she's like, I'm thick now.
She already has a brother as a boyfriend. Fuck. God damn.
Yeah, I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying though. Yeah, she's like, it's like, ooh, no more iron in the backside. Ooh, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, let me shout out everybody in the chat. Salute, what it do, Lex? What it do, Blazing Killer? Dante Jones, what it do? I mean, we all good here, bro.
Yeah, and then like the other women's fight though, this one I guess I think was more of a disappointment to me because Shadesha Green and Olivia Curry, like, because I know we were talking about it in our chat, but yeah, like Shadesha Green, like she was hitting her with some shots, and Curry was just tough. But I don't think. But Shadesha Green, I don't think our conditioner was where it needed to be for this fight. Yeah,
Not at all.
Nah, go ahead and cook first, though. Yeah, I know I got bars, so.
Yeah, she was moving forward, and on top of that, she's like, it seemed like she was throwing like 1 or 2 punches at a time, no real combinations. I mean, anything like that, and she was just like, and she was letting Shorty eat the shots, and she was coming back and like. Sometimes outboxing her for most of the rounds. Like it was getting to be to the point where it's like, God damn, you about to, that she might give this fight away just on activity alone. And like I said, Shadesha Green, like we've seen her fight, she does have power, but it looks like it could just be she was out of shape, and then she fought someone who just simply had a good enough chin to take the punching. But that was like one of those fights. It's like, damn, that shit really went 10, really? Like what the fuck? Like and. Yeah, no, I was disappointed like overall with that point because that one I was expecting a brutal knockout in that one. I don't know. What about you, fellas?
Curry was tough. Like just like Hardy. Those were tailor made, just like how the Silva fight was to get knockouts on these women.
Right.
Both of them. I don't know. I mean, I guess their chins held up. They showed they were tougher than the odds probably made it seem like, right?
Yeah, no, and that's
Curry was throwing back. Curry won some rounds in that fight, bro. I don't know. I walked out during the scores. Were the scores pretty wide? I heard it was like 190, right? A Carter 2 or 991.
It definitely wasn't no 190. I mean, fight.
No, it wasn't. But didn't she get a score like that or something? She got really.
Yeah, let me bring up the scores for that fight. That one was.
You could give Curry maybe 2 to 3 rounds. I felt like, maybe 3 if you're being generous.
Yeah, like maybe even 3 rounds too. Like
you can give 3. I felt like.
Yeah, no, because like I said, she was tough though. But the only thing is that Curry, with the stuff that Curry was throwing at her, wasn't affecting Shadesha Green. So that was just the big thing.
There was a couple shots that were like okay, but yeah, nothing affected her like that.
Yeah. The judges had it real wide. Like one had it 190, 189, and 99.91. I don't think it was even a knockout. So why 189?
Oh, when she hurt her in that one round, I think it was the 6 or 7 when she kind of hurt her.
Yeah, but she didn't go down.
Yo, how do y'all really feel about these 10 rounders? Like, do you think it's enough?
I feel like they need a full 3 minutes.
Listen,
I don't mind 10 rounds.
I don't like it. The 2 minutes is worse. Honestly,
2 minutes is worse. Yeah, 2 minutes is definitely worse. I feel like.
Yeah, they need to extend because the women can fight 3-minute rounds. Like I don't know what the shit is with 2-minute rounds.
Nah, give them 2 rounds first, yo. These brawls need to be fighting 12 rounds, yo. If it's 2 minutes, come on, man.
I mean, first of all, this should be fighting 3-minute 12 rounds, nigga. Like,
really, go all out. Even UFC.
I know we had a Twitter poll about this, like I think a year ago.
It was pretty 50-50, right?
I think it was. It was close. It was either
close.
If you could have what first, the 3-minute rounds or 12 rounds first.
It was pretty close. It was a 60-40 either way or close. Yeah, I remember it was like But I feel like
because they ain't coming in no damn Esparza and Estrada shape because they did it 3 minutes no problem.
Okay, I found that poll you were talking about. Which does women's boxing need? Which does women's boxing need more 12 rounds or 3-minute rounds? 65% said 3-minute rounds is what we need.
Yeah, I like 3-minute rounds too.
Yeah, give them a chance to get knocked out. After 2 minutes, they get a chance to recover too quickly.
The rounds go by too quick.
Nah, man, look, dude, it ain't.
Listen, it don't really give a chance for the judges to score a round. 2 minutes is not enough for like a feel out. That's why it takes so long for them to knock a bitch out because you gotta feel them out.
But that's why you get faster paced fights though too.
But
They
3
get
minutes is
into
enough
it.
for a feel out. After the first round, if they should be like, all right, I'm about to get him out of there, or all right, this is finna go the distance type shit. You should know. But 2
Man, I
minutes
ain't
is
gonna
too
lie,
much.
dog. Like,
Listen,
I'm
too
tired
much-
of these niggas having 3 and 4 rounds for fill out rounds.
Listen,
Nigga,
people
your job
used
is
to-
to box. Start
people
that
used to
motherfucker in the
always-
first goddamn round.
People used to always get on football players conditioning when I was in basketball because they was like, yo, y'all niggas play for like 10 seconds and then y'all get a 45-second break for like 12 plays and then you go on the sideline. So they would always talk shit, but that's real. Basketball is nonstop running, nonstop. You don't get no breaks until they call a timeout. Like, that was a real thing, but 2-minute rounds is too much of a break, yo. It's too much of a
Nah,
break.
because it's the thing, like,
Because you can easily control
you
the time
can't
in 2
compare
minutes.
the 2 minutes of mental pressure to basketball mental pressure in boxing, bro. It's night and day, nigga.
Sports is sports, nigga.
Nah, like you can't dude. Look, if you could punch and you know how to finish people, look, street fight niggas get knocked down in street fights and they ain't taking goddamn 2 minutes and 3 minutes, dude. Look, what I saw in the fight is this: Sedacia Green could hit hard, but if somebody gives her resistance, she struggles because her boxing ability ain't up there like that, and her conditioning ain't up there like that. Clarissa Shields was right in that tweet in saying that was a low tier performance, because honestly it was. Olivia Curry was right in front of her in her wheelhouse, barely moving her head, maybe moved her head every 4th shot,
Giving her open looks.
but she still had a consistent jab. She was throwing the right hand, left hook, right hand, and she was landing uppercuts on Green. Look, Sedacia's trying to I was telling Pilot fucking a lazier James Toney. Like, she's just sitting there in the pocket. She's not covering her shoulder. She's not covering her chin with her shoulder. She's squaring up a little bit, but then she's damn leaning back so she could see the punches coming. But then she's not turning.
Yeah, she wasn't turning.
And so she was getting hit with straight jabs to her face.
Right.
If Curry had more strength or hit harder, she would have been busted the fuck up. Cause she couldn't. Dude, you already got the shoulder roll. Why are you not rolling these jabs?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Is this for decoration?
I liked her chances against Marshall, but after this fight, I don't know anymore.
Hell no, man. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, look. They both look bad. I know they was critical of the moment, like, of what happened. But one of them had a top tier, at least a undisputed champion they was fighting.
Well,
Green had Olivia Curry, who's basically decent, but I mean, damn.
To Green's credit, the fight before that, she did knock out the girl Franchon Cruz beat for all the titles, the former undisputed. So
Yeah,
Nigga, we talking about this fight.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Nigga, we talking about this fight. This was the fight that was supposed to be a knockout that sets the world on fire and
This
get
was
people
this
calling
was
for
your
the
showcase
Marshall
on the-
and Shields fight.
This was your showcase on the Jake Paul card for everybody to see you that don't even watch boxing.
And you go in the distance and you're not even looking good. Like, nobody pitched like a straight. Even Serrano looked good for Hardy, but you minus 2 points because she should have got her out of there. Right. But Green is
fighters,
different.
Listen, these fighters need to understand that on these Jake Paul cards, the look is different. It's a worldwide look. You gonna be looked at by everybody, nigga. They be like, damn, you seen the Sedacia Green fight before the Jake Paul? That shit was crazy.
Right.
Because that arena was full from like the beginning, my nigga.
It was.
Listen,
like niggas showed up like it was like Plant Benavidez.
It was more people talking about this fight and this card than the Terrence Crawford, which is sad.
I mean, that's a whole different conversation on why that is. Like,
yeah.
It's sad.
But one thing they kind of they low key kind of like ESPN low key sabotaged the
even though the promotion was
Crawford
lax,
Spencer shit.
Even though the promotion for this Jake Paul shit was lax, and you didn't really hear about it till the week before, this shit was booming. Like everybody was talking about it.
But it didn't really start booming until like 2 days before, because Niggas still talking about Spence and Crawford.
Right, and they still talk about Spence and Crawford.
I heard they were showing this on the Zone for free. Can anybody attest to that? I heard like for
They said I think it was like a temporary thing because they fucked up on the region coding. Because as we all know, some countries get everything without having to pay extra, like Japan.
And NFL,
Japan gets everything without having to pay extra.
NFL, you get NFL in every country except the U.S. The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
So it's temporary. So I still haven't used my my VPN. So, but yeah, though Shadej Shagri should have gone her fuck up out of there.
Yes, or at least not have the fight as competitive as it was, because she let Curry take like 3 rounds and still hang in there for the whole fight.
Right.
Not being a puncher and not having great defense.
Right.
And Shadesha Green, nah, the back brawl rolls ain't cute. Like, nah, you need to do more cardio.
Yeah, they got
you need more better conditioning.
This nigga crazy.
Nah, fuck that, nigga. Look.
Yeah, because I remember in some of the pictures she was trying to flex, and she was like, "Wait a minute, she don't really look all that toned. Like she's trying to flex like she Ann Wolf, and Ann Wolf used to come in the ring brolic."
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, like, yo, like, don't fake the funk. Like, you ain't that. Like, cause look, if she would have had better conditioning, she would have put more punches together and possibly gotten a stoppage.
Right. And actually, honestly, Shadesha Green should go visit Ann Wolf. I hope Ann Wolf is still training, because put her through them crazy ass training methods Ann Wolf used to do.
Yeah. She need to chase a damn pickup truck with a damn heavy bag behind it.
Yeah, exactly. Her and James Kirkland, put her on that conditioning.
Spar 4 niggas at the same time, like they the Power Rangers and the Putties or some shit, nigga. Like, like Ninja Turtles, Foot Soldier shit. Like, you need some extra shit, like, to get your conditioning up, cause you ain't supposed like this is like Rome said. This is supposed to be your moment. Like, you signed to this nigga, like. You ain't got no sentimental shit like Serrano Hardy do, so you ain't got no storyline. Your storyline was, hey, I'm the new kid on the block, and I'm gonna knock these other hoes out.
Listen, if she would have had if she would have had a highlight knockout, niggas would have been talking about that more than the Jake Paul fight.
Facts.
Yeah, facts. Absolutely.
Facts. In the fight, the card was set up like that.
Yeah, and then speaking of Jake Paul, the main event, that too was also set up for him to actually get a knockout in. Like, someone who doesn't box, whose workout videos were awful, because like for a striker in MMA, Duke didn't look like he knew how to turn over a fucking punch to save his fucking life. Like, it was just a whole bunch of just
that's what I was telling. That's what I was telling Shuttlesworth. I'm like, yo, if this nigga would have just actually threw his hips in some of them punches, he probably could have hurt Jake Paul.
He actually did in some of the rounds. He actually threw uppercuts. Like, there was like 2 rounds.
Uppercuts were soft as fuck, but they were bending.
But see, that's the thing. You don't have to throw like a mean uppercut to really buzz somebody.
On a nigga's chin, it's enough to rattle his seat. Like, you don't have to hit an uppercut that hard to fuck a nigga up.
Right.
As long as it's clean.
But honestly, I mean, I actually thought Jake would have gotten, because in the first round, dude. He was getting punched around. I was like, okay, they're gonna stop this shit. Like,
yeah, Jake was beating his ass. Like, honestly, if Jake could have kept that up for like the first 3 rounds,
they would have had to stop. They would have had to stop.
Yeah.
The first round was lit. I mean, like, I was like, okay, but it was actually. I mean, I know people are complaining about it. I actually thought the fight was pretty decent. I mean, if you take it for what it is, it's not. It's not
that's the thing, though.
It was decent, yeah.
That's the thing, though. Because the early Jake Paul fights, no one wants to see Jake Paul go the distance unless it's a really hard fight. I think Silva's probably the only fight where it was acceptable for him to go this is
If Jake could have properly put his punches together in the first round, he would have got him out of there.
He would have easily knocked him out.
But damn, like, if he would have just did the same thing in the next couple rounds, like, these niggas ain't got the conditioning.
Right, and that's the problem. And then because Jake Paul is like, once you get him past 4 or 5 rounds, he starts struggling. And then Nate Diaz was just like, he was killing me because dude was playing to the crowd like he was a fucking wrestler. and he was going in there.
That shit was funny. That nigga was drunk out there. I'm telling you.
Diaz definitely punched drunk, but no, but he definitely. I've watched his UFC fights. He does that. He does it a lot. He always walks away like that, and it's like
that's his thing. Like if you seen him, he does that shit. Like that whole nonchalant.
Well, he be like lulling people to sleep. It's like, is he fighting me? And then the nigga just hits you. And he's like, oh fuck.
No Stockton slap though.
But see, the thing is, that shit looks cool in MMA, but that whole I'm the tough, edgy white guy.
Yeah, and
street shit.
Wait, who was that?
That shit don't work in boxing. Like, we don't like.
Hold on, was that Pilot that says he's part of the black community?
No. I said he wants to. Like, remember that Paul Mooney? Everybody wants to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga.
Yeah, like he does try to damn come off like he's some edgy. Like, I mean, like, dude, like
smoking weed, smoking the weed during the press con,
For UFC people eat that shit up, but boxing, like, we so. It's like our fuckery is so authentic, and it's like real street niggas at box. It's real characters that fucking box. So it's like no one
can't even believe the shit he's doing. It's like
I mean, I will say that though, the check hook that Jake landed on dude when he was fucking around
was nice.
That was nice because he was almost out of there. Diaz was almost out of there. How he wasn't finished after that though is beyond me though. But I think after that, I think Jake Paul never put.
I mean, Nate Diaz is taking some crazy beatings. I don't know if y'all watched him in UFC, but he's taking some.
We know.
We know. I mean, nigga, we all picked him to stop Diaz.
Like, look, listen, this nigga just loves getting beat the fuck up. I don't know why. It's like the more niggas getting off on him, pause, he just loves it. He starts bleeding, he's like, yes, finally. Like, the nigga's retarded.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous because, like I said, because even up to the last round, I will say this though: the fact that he went 10 rounds in his first fight, 3-minute rounds like that is impressive. Because because that usually they don't, most of them just be like dead.
But he wasn't even out there boxing. He was out there.
He was getting his ass. Like that shit wasn't impressive. Like
he was literally walking around just slapping a nigga. Like I would last 10 rounds doing that shit too.
The one thing I'll always give Diaz credit though, I knew he wasn't gonna get knocked out that bad or cold. I thought maybe it would be a ref stoppage because he got balls. I mean, he definitely had that dog in him. In terms of UFC.
I mean, that's more Jake Paul limitations than anything.
That too. Because Jake Paul hit him a few times. Like besides the knockdown, there was a few times he felt like he hurt him bad, but he never.
Yeah. The first round. The knockdown and every other round.
You know what's crazy? I was talking to a few casuals, right? These niggas don't even know that Jake Paul lost his last fight.
Damn.
I told him, I'm like, yo, why y'all care? This nigga just lost. They're like, he did?
To like a real boxer, like
to who?
Like, to Tyson Fury's little brother.
And then I say Tommy Fury, they act like, oh, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I mean,
it helped that fight was on the other side of the world.
But he beat Anderson Silva and knocked out Tyrone Woodley. It's like, damn, you can't say shit to that.
Yeah, but the funny thing is though, like I mentioned before, the biggest thing about his appeal is knocking some of these MMA fighters out. He hasn't done it in a little bit, so it's like no one wants to see him in box these niggas, like
unless he's going like all out in some type of war. And he has the conditioning to really make it like a tough man slugfest. Like, okay, but
you know what
he's only throwing like maybe 30 punches around.
Listen, Jake Paul is doing this on purpose because he wants niggas to be like, okay, you won, but that wasn't a tough. You already planning his next fight right now without even thinking about it. We already giving this nigga a check before he even got this money he just got.
Yeah, he's always planning his next fight. I mean,
he has his formula.
It's like, who's next? Nigga gonna fight Conor McGregor next. That shit is gonna sell records.
I mean, if he does fight Conor McGregor, I mean that shit will sell because because like I said, because MMA fans love this type of
shit. Niggas will give Conor a chance because they're like, oh, he boxed Floyd, he can definitely box with Jake.
Yeah.
Do y'all think this will surpass Spence Bud pay-per-view buys? I hope not.
What's that?
I don't think so.
How much did Spence Buzz sell? I didn't see it.
650. I thought it was
We
700.
don't know yet.
Wow.
I
We
don't
don't know
know if
yet.
that's
They're saying
I keep hearing 650 though.
They're saying
That's
650.
trash.
They're saying, but
That's pretty good.
who's that coming from? That said that because I don't know like if it's a
That's trash.
I think Raphael. Then Raphael said it to somebody.
I thought it was Raphael, but it could be someone
Dan
else.
Raphael
Like,
did.
so many niggas be retweeting shit.
So it's less than Tank Garcia.
As long as they might.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, well, to be fair, it's gonna be it's probably sold less pay-per-views, but the live numbers at the gate
was great.
were similar.
Nah, I thought 700. I just thought maybe the week up, maybe I got crazy and thought maybe confirmed with a mill because the buzz, but it's not a bad.
No, the gate numbers are right there with Tank Ryan.
Oh yeah, right there, yeah.
Yo,
But then remember, ESPN wasn't promoting the fight either though.
nigga, if that shit only sold 600, the rematch is selling 3.
There's no point. I hope there's no rematch, obviously, but for me,
Spence is exercising it, so.
I don't mind, man. The dude want the rematch, let him have a fucking rematch.
give him
a chance.
Before.
It expires 2023, so you don't. Spence ain't fighting in 4 months. It takes him a year to heal. I'm just saying.
But then, like I said, because Diaz and Jake Paul is always going to appeal to a different segment of boxing fans or MMA fans or combat fans overall. 'Cause it's not the,
He stacked the card in Jake Paul standards. Like that was 6 fights. It just
right.
like theater of the unexpected because at least 3 of those fights out of 6 needed to be a knockout, and there was
that
only
opening
one.
fight was kind of fire. I wasn't really paying full attention, but because I was watching SummerSlam. But that first fight in the opener, it looked kind of was pretty lit though.
No, it was, and truthfully, you always need a fight like that to sell out the pay-per-view. But no one had expectations for the opener. We had expectations for his main.
Yeah, niggas still getting their food, sitting down.
Names. I think next. I don't know if Jake Paul will continue box, but I think put Sylvia in the co-main. Keep leveling them up. You know
that would be smart. That would be the smart thing he does as a promoter because it's like, he keep the young boy busy. But I think Jake Paul.
Yeah, I don't know about the co-main, but at least keep him on the cards.
Yeah, no, but like Jake Paul, Jake Paul needs to start scoring knockouts because that's his whole appeal. Like if you can't get rid of these MMA fighters, these boxing with them.
No, bro, the co-main. Because look at the co-main last night. That was the worst fucking fight. Why was that the co-main?
Yeah, the co-main was Randall Hardy.
It was a UFC guy, right? Against a journeyman?
Nah, nigga.
The co-main.
That wasn't the co-main, bro. Scroll up.
The one before the co-main, I'm just saying. If that
that was a bathroom break, nigga. After the first round, and that should have never lasted this either. Yeah, after the first round.
Yeah, dude was afraid to put hard shots on what's his name? Was Stevens?
Yeah, it was Stevens. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm like, dude, like he's here, like to get hit, like fucking like put your foot in his ass, like. It's just all that slapping and shit, man.
Yeah.
They just got boxer movements. They're not like real boxers.
Yeah, like that shit was
cosplay ass niggas.
Yeah, that shit was. Yeah, I was just like, let me go take a bathroom break. Let me take a smoke break. And I'll just glance at the TV here. But I was just like, I tuned the fuck up from that fight completely because it was so bad. But
that fight just felt like it was just it didn't belong on the card.
Sure the fuck didn't.
you basically had a nigga who was 3-1 against somebody who was 0-1.
Right, exactly.
Having a prime middle spot on a fucking marathon pay-per-view card. Like, what the fuck was y'all smoking?
Right. So yeah, I mean, in terms of Jake Paul cards, like I mean, it was stacked. Yeah, but like I said, it wasn't one of those cards where it's just like, goddamn, like it could have furthered, like with the exception of Sylvia, of course, it was the only one that kind of furthered his momentum. Everyone else
kind of looked
stagnant.
Yeah.
Or mid, like
Green didn't set the world on fire that she was supposed to. So
yeah,
I don't know, like I can't call Marshall a Marshall fight 50-50 no more.
Right,
she got hit with too many straight punches, and if you're susceptible to straight punches, then Marshall will eat you alive.
Right. So I mean, but like I said, though, watch this shit again. Now it's like, hey, it sold like 800, 900. It's like, and I'm just like, well, that's what the fuck it does. Like, it's different.
Yes, Deontay Jones. I did watch SummerSlam. It was mid. It was alright.
No, the main event was so fucking predictable. Sorry, I was like, I mean, come on.
I had to watch the whole. I had to watch 2 mid events at once.
Yeah, both were on at the same time. I was watching both too, like online.
Yeah, no, it was.
Damn, 2 mid events at the same time. That's crazy.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten used to. I still haven't gotten used. Well, I have to mute. I'm gonna mute your mic up because again the echo. I was getting. I had to mute before a little bit, but yeah, SummerSlam was just like on Saturday. It's like, yeah, that's just too much. I'll eventually catch. I'll catch SummerSlam during the middle of the week at least. But I was just like, yeah, there's even with Jake Paul, I couldn't. Watching a big wrestling pay-per-view like that on a Saturday, I can't do that. I can't. It has to be on a Sunday or else I'm watching in the middle of the week though. But that Jake Paul, that Jake Paul pay-per-view, like hopefully they. I mean, I just hope that they take it. They both realize like, yo, like we need to get knockouts on here because literally that's all it is. Like knockouts and stuff like that is what fuels his promotion because Jake Paul has the ability to combine like. Providers like the DAZN and ESPN and stuff like he could fight on any platform, he could do all that, but he has to make sure that his in-ring product adds up. Because if not, then eventually when more real boxing like like Crawford Spence or Monster Fulton or shit like that comes up, like it's gonna niggas are not gonna pay attention no more.
I'm not gonna lie. After the Jake Paul loss, I thought he was done for. I thought nobody would care about the next fight, but. The nigga made niggas care, so I don't think we could count this nigga out until he gets the fight that niggas be like, man, get out of here.
Yeah,
because the Tommy Fury fight was too competitive to write Paul off. That's why.
If he's still getting the promotion from the zone and shit, nobody's gonna stop that. He got the people. The people are behind him.
Yeah,
it don't matter who he fights.
Yeah, and that's his gift too, because the providers will bend over for him. Pause, like they're like, hey, we'll give you all the promotion you want.
Like imagine,
Jake Paul would have to get knocked out for that whole train to stop.
He literally can get anybody that's a retired fighter to do some shit with him, and it'll be like, okay, AB, I know you kind of hurt. Come fight me real quick, nigga. I'll pay you. This will be your last fight, type shit. Get AB to fight him. Right? He can get anybody that's retired to come in and be like, yo, nigga, I'm kind of fucking up on my bills right now. You trying to help a nigga out? Yeah, nigga, good. Let's go.
Yeah, and that's the thing that it kills me about. That's how he can get everyone in the ring like that, because it's just like, yeah, no, I got the money, like, hey, let's do this. Like, you need this, you need this bread, and of course, it's his way of sticking it to Dana even more, because Dana doesn't pay these fighters shit. So it's like, yeah, fucking comes.
Wait, so he got a beef with Dana White?
Well, Jake has because Jake thinks he doesn't pay his fighters and shit like that. So, and that's why he's been fighting. And then on top of that, he fights all these MMA fighters and he knocks them out. And it's like,
it's not like he thinks, like, it's not an opinion. Like, dude really doesn't pay his fighters. It's not, that's a fact.
Yeah. So it's his way of sticking it to Dana White even more. Just basically
that's why niggas like Chuck the Iceman Liddell is like driving trucks and shit right now. Like the nigga was getting paid like $10,000 for a fight, and this nigga was one of the best UFC fighters ever.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the only person who got paid really is Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is the only one that actually gets paid whatever the fuck he thinks he needs to get.
Because Dana White was sucking his dick. Pause. The nigga was just like, oh, I like this guy. Ha ha. He's so funny. Let me pay him. Let me keep him around. Type shit.
Yeah, that's why. And he's the only one. He's the only one that actually, because he signed up to let him fight Floyd, because he knew.
And look, Floyd.
Floyd what? Oh, Rome kind of cut off then.
It's the TBE.
Floyd gave him.
No, this nigga's mic is Shuby the Whopping again.
A boxing lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was like, basically a boxing lesson, and it's just like, hey, because Dana's like, hey, I'm gonna get like millions and millions of dollars from this shit, so fuck it, I'm gonna sign off. But it's not.
It was a 3-man deal.
No, Dana White. If he didn't sign off on it for McGregor Mayweather, that shit would never happen because he had to because McGregor was signed to UFC. So yeah,
that's terrible.
Yeah,
this nigga own these niggas' lives pretty much.
Yeah, it's a fucked up contract structure that he has, but it's like, and unfortunately, like, other promotions like Strikeforce and stuff like don't pay like UFC does, so it's like, of course, Pride is long dead and gone because if there was Pride, this wouldn't be any of this shit going on because Pride was some real nigga shit too.
So what is this? How this bare knuckle boxing shit got born? Bare
knuckle boxing got born because I think there was a fatality or two a year. Before, man, that shit was really brutal, but now they're kind of like not as violent because the dude died. You know what I mean? So it's not.
Yeah, the medical shit I don't even pay attention to for most of the time because one thing I hate seeing is because number one, the shit. I mean, there's something about it that I just can't fuck with it. It's just like,
it's gladiator shit.
It's pretty barbaric. It's pretty barbaric. It's
the old school Romans. Everybody sitting in the fucking cage watching two niggas fight to the death until one cracks their neck or some shit. It's crazy.
But when they're fighting, doesn't look all that skilled either. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, because you gotta adjust your punches when you got those smaller gloves on. It's more like a street fight.
It's just big ass niggas
doing throwaway punches and shit.
It's just big ass niggas out there going crazy, like just mauling. They're not even fighting; they just mauling. Whoever gets a lucky, like I don't know if you watched it. But I seen one fight, both of the fighters got knocked down 3 times. And then the nigga who got knocked down the most, you like, oh, he's finna get the fuck out of here. And that nigga gets up, gets a lucky shot, and knocks the nigga. Like, you really can't predict that shit. That shit's like chicken fighting, nigga.
Yeah, and that's I can't fuck with it because like I said, because none of them niggas is really like high class. You swing for the fences and it's just like bam. This shit's over, and it's all, and they're all fucked up in the game, like But
Shutter. What if they had like a martial artist in that shit? Do you think they would win, or do you think they have to be?
Does the martial artist got hands?
Like if he's on some Bruce Lee shit where he can parry these bare knuckle niggas.
Yeah, if he could read the
you
shots.
In that cage, you just fucked.
You gotta be used to just fighting. That's the thing. It's sometimes it's harder to figure out niggas who can't fight than it is niggas who can. Mm-hmm. Because niggas who can fight, it's only the offense is only gonna come a certain way or a certain type of ways.
It's easy to predict the defense.
Yeah, where the offense in a nigga who can't fight or he just being wild. You might try to go under, but he whips his arm around or he brings it up.
But I thought martial arts and karate, it's like whatever a nigga tries to do is just fluid, it's just water, you can get through it. That's what I'm saying. If a nigga
you can adapt to it, yeah, like.
But I'm saying like it can like a raw ass martial artist join bare knuckle boxing and like leave that shit unscathed.
And he just using just his hands, yeah,
right.
Like a nigga who Like a nigga who's doing like maybe if he could adapt some Wing Chun boxing
on some crazy shit, yeah.
If he could do something like that, then yeah. But a lot of times when these niggas who throw those roundhouse punches and all wild and crazy, you're better off going straight attacking them, right? So you could kind of you're stopping whatever bullshit they might do. So you almost gotta be more offensive against niggas like that.
So you can bait them to do what you want them to do type shit.
Not only that, but just like if you know a nigga gonna be throwing crazy shit and it's gonna be hard to parry or slip the shots, you better off stepping into him. Like it's the gun in the room theory. Like if a nigga got the burner on you and he 2 feet away, like
just stay
you
back.
may as well go for the gun, fight the nigga. If he 15 feet away, then you better off like dodging that shit somehow.
Right.
So that's what it is when it's that crazy nigga throwing haymakers wild. You better up to get close.
Boom, boom, like doing all this shit.
Yeah. It's better to get closer and low or whatever, wrap him up or uppercut, whatever, and kind of diffuse the power, like neutralize him. Like so, right. Yeah, like a martial artist do know his shit. Yeah, he probably could do that shit. A boxer who knows like what's his name? Just sit in the comments or Android, what else?
Yeah, so it's a you know,
Austin Trout. Yeah, if you seen the highlights of it, Austin Trout beat the shit out of that guy.
Hell yeah.
And he's and a dude who boxes, he's not gonna fucking try to wait and see what a nigga does. Like even in a street fight, most people who box, they're not trying to counterpunch it in a street fight. They just gonna bap.
Yeah, they're trying to knock you out, or they're trying to hit you in the spot where they're at.
They might wait for one punch to get off, and that's it. And they'll counterpunch that shit. But yeah, like niggas ain't playing. Or you think Trinidad is gonna be like? Nah, even Floyd, like, ain't Floyd beat up a bouncer up in Detroit? Like, I'm talking about 130 days.
I mean, we can go with recent example with Tim Anderson, you know, getting knocked out in baseball. Like, you know, like, yeah, if you're out there squaring up and you're just trying to pose, like, basically, like, you know, you try to box when someone's just trying to put you down, and that's what he got happened. He got put down.
Yeah. Because for that type of, for how that punch came at him, he would have had to have the reflexes to duck, or he would have had to have the footwork to damn evade the punch, like back up from it. Yeah, and it's like all that shit just happened so fast. Or if he would have had his hand up, he could have blocked the punch.
Yeah, but instead he moved into the power hand, and
and his hands were like below his face type shit.
Yeah, and a one roundhouse. Because he was swinging, and then, you know, he got up mad, hurt and shit, not being able to walk properly. Like,
and that's the thing, dude looked like he was the guy who had more of the boxer stance and everything. He even threw the boxer type punches. Look, he threw like 2 straights. Yeah, and then he got caught with a nigga who basically rolled and then just bowed.
Yeah, over. You know, so
well, he left his hands down.
Yeah, all he had to do. What was fucking?
Yeah. But
don't keep your hands up. Keep your hands to your fucking face, not all the way down here. Right.
Yeah, because he was trying to look cool, and he learned that day.
Yeah, he threw them shits and was like, "Yeah, I look good." Then bop, like, nigga.
Oh, but that shit was fucking hilarious. But yeah, the Jake Paul card, like, I just hope the
shout out to Dominican boxing. Yeah, I mean baseball.
But that Jake Paul card, it just needs to be better because I mean, just because it's seen like on some bare knuckle shit doesn't mean it has to be presented as such. So like, I
feel like his run's coming to an end, and that's why because you know Serrano's doing the PFL MMA stuff now. That's probably, you know, the next route they're gonna go do.
Dude, Serrano make too much money boxing. She ain't gonna be doing all that other bullshit. These niggas is getting old.
She signed a contract for PFL.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
I think she love the fight, yo.
I think she fought there before, right? Didn't she fight like in MMA before?
Yeah, she's been doing it for years. And that's part of the reason why her prime is winding up, because she fights too damn much.
I felt like it was because she was always going up and down in weight so much, like drastically. She would fight like at one.
Yeah, I think because she trains so much, it ain't really nothing for her to damn go up and down those weights like that.
She was also doing the MMA shit before she was getting paid in boxing, because boxing wasn't paying well at the time for the women. Yeah. Now I don't see her doing it as much because she don't need to. She's getting paid from boxing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if she doing it now, it's just because she just loved fighting that much.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like, you know, she just loves to do what she loves to do, and it's admirable, but it's you know, it eventually, like, the body can't take more of keep on doing that all the time, like, especially with how long she's been doing this. So, but yes,
need some hobbies.
Yeah, exactly. But
I'll just be honest with you, like, need some hobbies.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, you know, she can do much more than fight. Like, you know, like even her Instagram and shit like that. It's like, yo, it's like, shorty, like, read a book or something. Tell us about a book that you read.
I laugh, but it's true though, man. Because you ain't like. I mean, she's talking about sticking around for Katie Taylor. Look, after Katie Taylor, Cameron, like, we don't know how much Taylor is going to be left for anybody.
Right, exactly.
And so she might have to be forced to have that shout out to Chris Brad. I'm saying Valdez. She might be forced to have that damn Baumgartner fight.
Word.
And trying to downplay it the whole time.
Yeah. Honestly, like Shorty needs to plan. I mean, she's getting paid now. She needs to plan her exit. She put in enough work. We respect the retirement plan or whatever. You just don't want her to see her tax her body like that. Like
she probably not gonna fight again this year.
Yeah,
right.
It's twice.
Jake Paul make her a millionaire, you know, so she's got to pay it back a little bit, right? To be in the UFC.
Exactly.
Bro.
Yeah, but